sit, love.
Because he's like this
I'll pooch sit.
when he's alone with me, but right now he's being a lot more playful than he would be if I was anywhere else. And it's not anybody even walking around me. It could just be somebody this far away from me when we're somewhere. And he, that's what he does. Because he knows.
Okay, so you see how I handle that? So he's being playful with me.
Yeah.
He's got his butt up in the air, he's got his paws down. He's fussing at me because I won't let him have his way with me.
My name is ErwinValderramos. I'm the dog messiah, the lover of dogs and persons. Watch, I show you.
For this I was born.
Make no mistake.
For this I came into the world.
If you need your dog to be educated, reach out. There's no better trainer.
Good. I'm here with Craig Corso. He has his training collar, his training leash on. I have a throat chain in my pocket. Let me show that to you. See? And I have the Louis Vuitton at my side. So we're going to address some of the issues that I just recently found out about. The last time I picked him up, they were saying that he's doing great, but that sometimes he was misbehaving when the children were coming home, being too emphatic, basically treating them the way he treats Obi and Sabu. And although he does really fantastic with his on-leash obedience, his obedience as a whole, behavior and obedience are not mutually exclusive, and that's what I want to focus on, behavior modification. Hello. Okay, so he's very happy to see you, obviously.
Oh, I'm okay.
Oh, and congratulations, you're off your crutches.
Yeah.
Fully healed, huh?
I'm kind of hobbling around.
Damn. Were you doing that to go like meet her at the bus stop and everything too?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
I probably shouldn't be, but
okay.
I'm stubborn like that.
All right, so this is typically, so this would be like as if you just walked with him over here, yes?
Yeah.
It's when he's inside and you cut him loose.
Yeah. Once we make it inside, he's.
When you cut him loose, are you cutting him loose and leaving? Are you just taking the leash off or taking the collar and the leash off?
Just the leash.
Okay. So you see, that's allowing too much. So you're keeping that collar on him then, yes? Mm-hmm. Okay.
We keep that on him so we can nip him when if we
that's smart. That's the right thing to do. Okay, let's go ahead and go inside then.
Come on, please.
Okay, how's the construction coming along?
Actually, it's going well.
Is it?
We're coming back this weekend.
Okay, perfect. So, take the leash off from here. Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead and do that, please.
He's probably gonna pee, but that's okay.
Well, he's been doing good. I think he hasn't. And that's why I asked you to do it, because I figured he might do it with me.
Yeah, no, I figured that he would too.
Okay, well, let me go see what he's doing. So, none of this is typical then, huh?
No, not at all.
Damn it! That's what I was worried about.
But he might be coming for it now, because he's starting to kind of charge back up.
Right, good. Good.
I think once he realizes.
So you see where I'm saying the word good?
This hardly ever
Damn it, this is what I was worried. This is why I didn't want you to walk with him over there.
Yeah, she sits right there and tries to, and the whole time he's like just.
I'm gonna have to finish this. I'm gonna have to finish this. You're making a fool out of me. You're making a liar out of us.
Because she literally just said, she was like, oh, is he gonna attack me when we go in? Yeah.
Oh, bless your heart. Okay, so look. So stop, real quickly. So believe it or not, the way you're handling this situation is encouraging
what he's doing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because believe it or not, you're giving him cariño. You're giving him affection for getting up. And so believe it or not, what he was doing there with you right there, like kind of nibbling, although he didn't put his fingers in your mouth, he's doing the same thing he's doing to them, just to a lesser degree with you.
Oh, way lesser degree. Yeah.
And in this situation, you see how she walked up to him and started petting him? Mm-hmm. So this is appropriate. Because he's not acting.
He's just being calm.
Exactly. Now, if she would have.
I'm wondering why he's like this, because you're standing here.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. He's been calling me.
This is the ideal situation for me.
This is what I was expecting. All right, so really quickly, the way that she approached him and started loving on him, perfect timing on her part. Had she approached him and started loving on him when he was like maybe nibbling on you or getting like, pawing at you and stuff, that would be inappropriate timing because that would encourage him
to bite. Okay.
Exactly. You're encouraging. Damn, he's doing really good. That's what I was worried. That's why I didn't want you to walk with him.
I wish anybody else besides me. I mean, she can tell you. Is he usually calm like this?
Okay, so look. No. Good job. Good job, Mom.
No. See?
And you're...
He attacks me and my legs.
He does, huh?
See, and my legs.
Yeah. And you know what? He don't give a damn about going up and downstairs.
Oh, no.
Damn. Most puppies like him don't want to go upstairs.
Oh, no.
He doesn't give a damn about the puppies.
Up and down.
Yeah. Okay, so look. Now watch what I'm going to do.
This is a thing.
So look, here's the thing, because I don't want him to pee. So now on these stairs, so you see how as soon as he sees my presence, he stops doing what he's doing?
Yeah, no, and that's exact, because normally, once you hit the stairs, look, here he goes. See?
No! Good. Good, Craig.
Keep going.
Good. No, sir. Good, Craig. Handsome. Good, you know better. Good. Okay, and good job there, Mom. Okay, so when he came down, are you guys able to retrieve him the way that I retrieved him?
No.
Okay. Now, do you see how I rarely ever say the N word? I mean, I rarely, and I mean N-O, right? I rarely ever say that. That's what I'm talking about.
I try not to, but sometimes just
no, but you see, in this situation, I said it at an appropriate time because he's testing my faith too much, good down.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
What just happened is like a standard.
Right.
It's, even if I'm doing it, if I'm trying to take laundry up the stairs, and then whenever you're coming down, he'll get down right in front of you and stop and turn sideways.
Yeah.
And literally, I kick him down the stairs. Like, I kick him and he goes down a few, and then he'll stop and try to bite me. And then I'll just kick him again.
Because he thinks you're playing.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. And usually he waits until I've got like a handful of stuff.
Okay.
And I know that he's trying to play with me, but I'm also stern with them. And I'm like, I'm not joking.
Okay.
But
this is a piece of leftover from construction?
That's a piece that they just pulled up from right there.
I'm going to sound so foolish. I thought that was like fine art.
Oh, no, for real? No, that's cool.
Can we move this? I don't want to break.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, wow, it's beautiful.
Yeah, no,
I wonder what the painter was trying to say.
Actually.
Yeah, all right. Okay,
it's been
awesome.
Popping up.
Okay. So it's not fine art.
No, it could be, I guess. I bet if you threw some different colored paints on it and let it drip down.
Like Pollock or something. Okay, good, love. And he had plenty of time to go potty prior to this, so I don't think he has to go potty. Let me go see kind of what he's...
All of his stuff is in his cage.
Good. You're so handsome, love.
So he may be searching for his...
And then look, the other thing that I would do from now on is whenever he approaches you, I wouldn't always reach my hand out to him or anything. In fact, I would get in the habit of making it seem as if he's not existing, like if he's not there. So believe it or not, even like moving your hand out of the way, to him that is still a reaction.
Okay, because I'm acknowledging that.
Exactly. So that the thing is to leave a lot of things unacknowledged. I do a lot of that. Okay. So like, for example, a lot of times like in the mornings now or whenever, when I go outside or in the evening time and I go outside and he's out there with me and I'm trying to do things like I'm picking up the poop or whatever, I'm doing all those things, I notice that he's constantly trying to interfere with it.
Yeah, no, he wants to me. And
yes, he wants to do
anything that I try to do throughout the day.
Right.
Anything.
So it's decreased since the last few days he's been with me because during all those times I'm just not paying attention to him. I move about. Man, he's doing really good though. I move about as if it's not happening. Now there's another child coming home soon, yes?
Yeah, in about probably 20 minutes or
so I'm going to go over the procedure and what you typically do in that situation. But again, we have to start getting into the habit of not allowing him to feel powerful because he likes going on those power trips and he's a baby right now. And I have to be honest with you, yes? So he's about 7 months old, but he's about as mature as a 4.5-month-old dog. The problem with Corsos, specifically Mastiffs, and those that are very large for their age, like him, they mature at a much slower rate than a small dog.
Yeah.
So nature, in her cruelty, I suppose, Chihuahuas, you can have a 5-month-old Chihuahua, and he's about as mature as like a 1-year-old dog.
Okay.
They mature very fast, and then they live like 40 years.
Yeah, no joke.
A Corso, typically, not only do they live a lot less than a smaller dog, but they mature real slow. Great Danes, English Mastiffs. So he's not maturing as fast as a Labrador would be at 7 months of age. Yeah. So he's still very much a juvenile in that sense. He's doing pretty good in terms of the peeing. He hasn't done that with me very much today. Oh, I said that, and then so see, I know what causes that. I wonder.
I have no idea. Me and Andy were wondering the same thing because sometimes he'll just be laying there.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking, and then he'll just do it. And I'm like, maybe it's our tone. Maybe like
maybe it might be a bladder situation.
I don't know.
Maybe you don't have bladder control. Because that was odd. You didn't get in trouble. Like, did you make if you made eye contact with him and that was enough for that to happen, then I can address that psychologically. It's going to take some time. But I didn't even see like any real direct. I think you were trying to practice what I'm preaching already, which is not acknowledging him.
I wasn't.
So I don't understand how that happens.
Over, so I looked over.
So you notice that there? So, you know, he is very fluid. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
In terms of like peeing and stuff, he is very, very, very fluid in those situations.
Oh, for sure.
And if I weren't here and she was home, would he be up there pestering her?
He would be either that or typically this is the way it goes. She comes in the door, she gets in her little area to take her stuff off like normal, and as soon as she gets eye level with him, he's like right there.
Okay. Oh, you want me to take my shoes off?
No. That's just for because they track him up and down the stairs.
Right. Okay.
And so it's easier if I have like a mat.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just keeps him from leaving shoes all over the place.
Yeah.
But no, you're totally fine. No, he and then she'll start squealing or whatever. So I'll come over and I'm like, Craig. So I grab hold of his collar. She finishes doing what she's doing, and then she'll run up the stairs and close the door, and then I can let him go.
Okay.
And but again, that's kind of what it is we have to like
today wasn't the best example
bombard
of it.
him, but when Jace walks in, probably I would imagine he should be home sooner.
So is that like a
That's
GPS?
his bus alarm. No, it's his bus alarm. The
So the
school
bus
gives you like a
alarms you?
roundabout time that they're
That's
supposed to be
awesome.
here.
Wow.
So unless it's something's happened and they'll send a text and be like, hey, they're late or they're whatever.
Okay.
Just to let you know, which is very cool. So he should be
very awesome.
soon.
Wow.
But no, he comes in and like I said, Jace will come over here and try to take his shoes off and he goes straight for his feet. And then I hear Jace and then I have to come over, grab him, and then same thing. He just either runs to his room or goes to mine and they close the door.
I'm sorry, you might have said it and I just missed it.
No, you're
so
fine.
you go meet Jace at the bus stop?
Jace comes in just by himself.
Okay.
Because he walks home with his friends.
Okay,
So.
another quick question then. During the time that you guys come in, you loose him, meaning you take the leash off but leave the collar on him, which was a good idea to do. And you know she's taking everything off, getting herself house comfortable. What are you doing? Typically,
I'm either in the kitchen or I'm standing here keeping him from
At bay.
messing with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to try this several more times so I can see if I can just condition it that way. But if not, then we're going to have a new standard operating procedure for like maybe 2 weeks or so prior to, when he comes back home.
Okay.
Yes? And listen, so like, for example, right now you see how he's walked up to you right now? So if you felt like you wanted to show him affection, good.
Go sit.
That's
Sit
perfect.
down.
And then if I were you, I would not reach out or pet him until we figure out. So listen, I just need you all to stop paying attention to him. And I don't think you're paying too much attention to him, but I don't understand how this happened.
It's probably me, if I'm being honest.
Well, that's why I asked you to take the leash off instead of me.
He's either here with me. He was going to work with my husband, and then it got to the point where they've got like.
He doesn't do that with Andy though.
Down. He's fine with Andy.
No, but I mean, he's not like. This is unusual.
No, he does that too with Andy.
He does?
Mm-hmm.
It's odd.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't do it with me. Like
He'll do it in the morning. Like as soon as we open the crate to let him out to go outside.
Yeah, and you're right there.
Right there. And
you're right there.
We always open up the back door first and let him know.
Which is smart.
Like this is what we're doing. And that way we can kind of shuffle him because if we open the door.
What is happening in the morning then?
He rolls over on his back and just starts to pee. Like he won't even come out. He just like you open the door, you open the gate, and he's got like a full area to go through, and he just rolls over and starts to pee. Andy's had to like grab him and like slide him out the door, and it was just all over the place.
Okay, we that's going to change. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
I have to just. He's not doing that with me. So with me, he has not too long a way to walk out from his kennel to the door. But I open it and he never had, the only time he's hesitated is that one time that he peed in his kennel that I told you about.
Yeah.
That was a whole clusterfuck afterwards. But before then, whenever I let him out, he doesn't like run out fast. He just saunters out there like a big heavy dog, but just walks outside. So he's not doing necessarily those things there with me. If you open the kennel door, have you ever opened the kennel door and like just walked away or walked out into the yard?
In the mornings I have.
Okay. Does that change anything?
He just follows me.
Without peeing though?
Sometimes he'll pee a little bit, just and then keep going. Yeah, and then I go out there with him.
Oh my God, I feel so bad.
And then
we're gonna fix that because that's too much.
When I don't go, like he'll go out and go to the bathroom, and he's figured out how to open that door.
Okay.
That doorknob, he jumps up on it and he'll hit it until it opens.
Right.
And then he just lets himself in, but he stays out there until he goes to the bathroom. Like he'll wait until he tries to come back. But
so see, the peculiar thing is that he's housebroken because he's not going potty to relieve himself.
No.
So this could be excitability, submission, which I don't understand this one specifically.
Yeah, no, I was trying to not pay attention to him.
Yeah, the one at the kennel could be potentially like submission, but this is why I say this dog is duplicitous, because he's very sweet, he's very kind, and he acts submissive sometimes, but then he can be real dominant and like real fucking fire.
That's what I've noticed too. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. It's like
exactly,
and you don't know when or what's gonna make it switch.
So and this might bother
him. He'll sit with me in the mornings.
Yeah.
Literally for hours.
Yeah,
and
he is a
be
Jekyll and Hyde.
Like this and loving, and I can cuddle on him and kiss, and he just sits there. He just lets me do it.
Okay,
he doesn't care. He does not mind. And then there's other times he just is losing his shit and going nuts throughout the house. And I tried to record it at one time. I think I got one from a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you saw it.
Where he has like the zoomies.
Yeah, but then because I could hear him upstairs. And I was like, what is he doing? Because there's hardwood floor.
Right.
So and then, and he's just just all over the place. And then he just calms back down.
Okay, so when he gets the zoomies, he's getting the zoomies, which is typical and normal for a dog to be in a good mood.
That's
he's just in a happy, good mood. It's called, a lot of people call it the zoomies. But the zoomies ideally should be happening outside in the backyard. So if you see that he's excited like that, the right thing to do would probably be to open the door. And if go outside, and if your time allows, toss a couple of balls out there for him.
Yeah.
Or toss some toys out there for him so he can get out of the system.
See, we've tried that a few times, and usually he just tries to come right back in. Like if I can get him out, he usually just literally comes home and asks back in. And I don't know if he maybe thinks it's fun to slide on the tile. And I'm being honest.
Okay.
Because you can tell he's enjoying it.
Damn.
And
so if you go outside and try to engage with him with toys.
He'll play with me for a second. He'll go get it and he'll bring it back, and he'll go get it and bring it back, and then he just and he's done with it. He wants back in, and like I said, he can open the door. So it's even when you're trying to come here, come back, right. And he doesn't give two shits. He hits that handle, and which we're changing that too. That's part of it.
So that's a good idea. So we're going to change what we're doing there. So I'm going to tell you the things that I would be doing in that situation, because he hasn't presented that to me yet. Hopefully he starts doing that with me so I can address it. But if he doesn't have those or display those behaviors with me, then it's very difficult for me. So see, like there,
is that not what I was supposed to do?
Well, again, the advice.
Without me asking.
Well, no. So the advice that I'm giving you doesn't apply to everybody in every court. But see, that's so that's predictable. So two things there, okay? So when he stood up and he put his head up towards you, petting him there is now promoting being active.
Okay.
So the whole goal here is to promote whenever he's sedentary.
Just being calm.
So or just being calm.
So when he comes up and he's nudging me or jumping or
outside in the yard,
to get my attention. Exactly.
So you're, believe it or not, you're encouraging that. And because you didn't finish fulfilling his desires because I mentioned something, he decided to hop up on you. So I could have predicted that. Yes. So they're a perfect example of when he stood up and looked in your direction, I would have not acknowledged him one bit. I either would have moved out of the way or just pretended like he wasn't there, or I tell you the truth, or my knee would have popped him.
Okay.
Because remember, this is a dog that
I think that's habit. Just
because you're very kind to him.
When they come up, you.
But and again,
I think that's just years of conditioning. That's my bad.
Maybe with the other dog that's coming, your other Corso puppy that's coming, that will be okay to do with them. But not with Craig.
Right.
Do you see what I mean? And this
Yeah.
is advice that I can. So I'm telling you things that I don't do. So whenever he walks up to me and just nudges at me or anything like that, he gets nothing from me.
Okay.
So it doesn't happen very often with me. Do you know the only time he's a little bit restless with me is if I just grabbed a toy or I just grabbed an edible and I don't give it to him. Then he's kind of like hopping up and down like, hey man, you're supposed to give it to me.
With me too.
Yeah, exactly. So in those situations he'll do with me, and I've been allowing it just for the sake of me seeing that behavior so I can address it here at home. So like for example, if you want to be affectionate with him, reaching down and loving on him in this instance is more appropriate than loving on him when he comes up and just, because see, you're not seeing it that way, but the way I'm seeing it is no different than a human walking up to you and shoving at you to get a hug or a kiss.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So see, this promotes good, calm behavior, right? Okay, so real quickly, because I know the other one is coming, what do you typically do in these scenarios? So he's just running loose when Jace comes home, yes?
Yeah, usually he's just hanging out. 9 times out of 10, he's in the kitchen with me. Literally,
yeah, he follows you
most
around.
of the day,
yeah.
He probably spends right there. Unless I'm in the room, then he's in there. But he stays in the kitchen, and he's figured out, like, the sink gives me water and all kind of stuff.
Right.
Like, he'll get up there and pop it, and because it's a touch.
Damn, the sink here?
This one, yeah.
Okay.
And he does it in the bathroom, too. When you're trying to brush your teeth, as soon as he hears it, he's up there, and he's ready.
What do you guys normally do there? Do y'all giggle and laugh and pet him, or what's happening in that situation?
Usually I'll let him have some water, and then I'll turn it off, and he'll keep on, and I'll wipe his face, and then I'll put him down.
Okay, so really quickly, the way you handled that approach was good. You see, you didn't offer him anything.
Just like,
well, no, you didn't necessarily move anything, and if you feel compelled to do something, do a pop, like I said, yes?
Yeah.
But listen, we have to address the water thing too, because all of those things are making to him just feeling like he's the dominant force in the house. Okay? So, and you guys said that at times when you have used the throw chain, it doesn't seem to affect him at the moment, correct?
No, sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Like sometimes I can pick it up and it'll just make the noise and he'll stop what he's doing.
Okay.
And then there's other times. Oh yeah, no, he's shopping in bags over there, I think, right now. He's just being nosy.
Good. Handsome. And see, I said good because he walked away from it.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Good. Perfect. And like if he walks up to you and he sits down, then that would probably be an appropriate gesture. Good job. Yeah, he just knows the hell out of you though.
Most of the day.
Yeah.
He's just
damn, he's really big.
all day. I know.
Wow. You know, because I remember when I came here and I first met him, and he was a good size there. So look.
You know when we first got him?
So look, watch how I'm gonna handle this. So you see, I didn't say the word no.
He's about to get UP. Oh. He's gonna watch. No, but when we first got him, he wasn't taller than the baseboard on the floor.
What?
I swear.
No way.
I promise. When he stood up, he was the same height as the baseboard. Because I
was
like,
itty bitty?
I swear, the first week we brought him home, because I told all the kids, I was like, at some point, we're
maybe I don't know what a baseboard is. Is that the baseboard?
Yeah, no, he would stand up and his little back was right there.
Damn, no way.
I swear.
I started thinking I may not know what a baseboard is.
No, he was that small, because I remember telling the kids, I was like, there's going to be a point where we're not going to believe and they were like, no, I know, because it was like the first week we had him.
Damn.
Yeah. His little legs were only like this. And he was real fat. He was just real
How
fat.
old was he?
6 weeks.
6 weeks?
But like right at 6 weeks. Like the day of.
Were y'all giving him like goat's milk or anything, or just straight kibble?
No, well, we were giving him the kibble that the lady had sent home. It was sorry, he was chewing that blanket.
Okay.
It was like these little it looked like rabbit food kind of.
Okay.
Like these little, it didn't even look like puppy food. It was these teeny tiny little.
It was probably Bill Jack.
Pellet looking things.
Yeah, Bill Jack brand dog food typically looks like that.
I think he's looking for his BED.
Is he?
Yeah, I think it's usually over there. But I put everything in here, so
he does
while they were painting, it wasn't.
Okay, he does get on his bed then, yes?
Oh yeah. No, he just gets over there and he lays down, he naps on it, and he steals stuff and tries to hide it in there.
I know you guys have at least one throat chain. Where is it?
I think it's in his box.
Okay, that's okay. You don't want to get it. I
Yeah,
have
no,
it
it's
on
in
me.
there.
Okay,
I picked it up
perfect.
and stuck it.
So
inside.
whenever he comes back home, we're gonna need to. Perfect. So look, I like that. I like how you reacted there. Yes, I like how you were reactive. Oh yeah, but look. So see. Just waiting for him.
Because he does that often, and that's what I do. I just debo him back. Like, I just
Right.
keep deboing it, or I'll yank his thing, and then if he just won't stop, then I'll put him in here.
That's perfect.
Until he chills, because...
Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect.
And then he was getting to where because like I said, his bed, it goes there.
Okay.
And then we keep this empty, but
Okay.
it was getting to where we were trying to kennel him up, and he wouldn't go. Like, he
Okay.
would bypass it completely and just get on his bed. Like, he was acknowledging, I'm in
That
trouble and
yeah.
you're wanting me to stop it.
Okay.
But he wasn't doing what he knows he
Okay.
was supposed to do.
So on a typical day, does
And
he
actually,
spend?
that's when he would pee. Now that I'm thinking about it, is when, like, because we would try to get him and he wouldn't want to go in. And so he would, like, submit down.
Yep.
And when we tried to grab him and
Yes.
put him in, he would just start to pee.
Okay.
So that was kind of like a,
Okay, so see
I guess,
that,
like
that
a trigger, maybe?
right. So that would not be the right thing to do right now because he is prone to peeing. But we need to get a rope leash, like the slip leads that I use. We need to get one of those so that we can toss that over his neck, kind of like a cowboy does to a bull.
Uh-huh.
You know, a little
Yeah.
bit from a distance.
Yeah.
And then pull him and put him in there. And then
Okay.
we need to either get Louis Vuittons, like that
Oh,
one
yeah,
that
we
I
gotta
have
get
over
more
there,
chains.
or a few more chains. And for the time being, when he comes back home, we need to set some over there by the faucet, so that whenever he goes near there, you can correct him with it, and you don't have to toss the chain at him. You could just use it with your hand, around your hand, kind of like, you probably don't know what these are, but like brass knuckles.
Oh, I know that.
Right, perfect.
No, that-
Okay, good. Because you did say Andy has an ex-wife, huh? Yeah, all right. Okay.
We ain't
So,
always been in the birds.
yeah, exactly. So you could use it kind of like this, see, to like,
Just get his attention and
Just to
let
pop him.
know, yeah.
yeah. So this is the thing is, again, I know this dog personally. He's been with me. I mean, he's come back and forth and stuff with me, so I know him.
Yeah.
And the behavior that I have with him, he's never put his paws on my counters. Never.
Oh, he does that all the time.
No, so that's
like
just not
we're
appropriate.
putting gates up. Like, we're having gates
No.
put up because, like,
Yeah, that's not
he
appropriate.
just won't stop. And like I said, we've done the chain, we've done this,
Okay.
we've tried.
Yeah, that's just not appropriate, right? And see, the affection that he's showing you there's nothing wrong with that affection, but I would for sure stop acknowledging all of those little circumstances, because then he just feels like he's in charge. Handsome, good sit, good down love, handsome. Okay, so I'm assuming Jace will be here shortly.
He should
And
be.
then
I'm
typically
wondering where he's
you
at.
guys are hanging out. If you need to go check on anything, you can. Typically you guys are hanging out here, or
Yeah,
something is happening like this when he comes home.
Usually there's a kid, if he doesn't go to his room, Jace is down here and he plays his Xbox here after school, or
Okay.
Andy will come and watch the news.
Okay.
Like I said, 9 times out of 10, I'm in the kitchen. So he spends most of his time with me, unless they are actually doing something in here, and then
Okay.
he comes in here, but usually that kind of turns into like
Okay.
a thing.
And then there's it turns into a thing.
Yeah, just because like Jace will be sitting there trying to play the game, and then Craig will get up on the couch and try to get him to play
Interact.
with him or whatever. Like he'll
Okay.
drop his ball on him or whatever,
Okay.
and then he'll try to push him down.
Right.
Then he's back up, and it just kind of turns. It's like a.
Okay.
I mean, he's not being
That's just-
aggressive.
yeah.
He's
Yeah,
just.
he just wants the puppy.
He's just in your space.
Yeah,
he's
he's a puppy. He wants the-
75-pound puppy.
Yeah, he's a big
you know?
puppy. Yeah. He's doing really, really good right now, though.
No, he is,
And
and normally
handsome.
because this is I can handle this all day
Yeah,
long.
he's getting
This
nice
is
and calm.
completely fine.
Right. And you see how right now when he approaches me, I for the most part am just ambivalent about it. I'm nonplussed by his behavior. See, in this situation, there's nothing that he's doing wrong, and him rubbing up to you, he's not doing anything wrong. And again, I know it might seem trivial. Good sit. So there, it would be if you felt like petting him. You don't have to. This would be a good opportunity to pet him, right? If you felt like it, you don't have to. But do you see the difference? How he's going to learn to wait until. You remember when he was really little? He got really good at sitting before he was touched.
Oh yeah.
So that has kind of gone away. Yes, it's gone away
Yeah.
probably because he's been getting acknowledged without sitting.
think he's wondering why I'm not acknowledging him.
Exactly.
He's like, excuse me.
Yeah, exactly. But do you understand what I mean?
That's
So we have to go
all
back.
the way my fault.
No, it's not. It's not your fault. You're learning. So this is what I'm talking about. So it's acknowledging him when he sits, when he lays down, when he is still. It's acknowledging him during those situations that is going to create a dog that understands time and place.
Okay.
Because I tell you the truth, I noticed with myself. So I know you guys have been doing a great job with him on the leash because he just does fantastic. It's hard to get him to mess up on the leash with me, to be honest with you. So
No,
you guys are
us
doing
too.
amazing with that. But I can see, I can see where there's fallout whenever he comes back home and he comes to me because he doesn't sit for me when he walks up to me. So I'm going to keep it real with you.
Okay.
He gets less affection from me than Savo or Obi or Maggie because they're walking up to me sitting.
Okay.
So he walks up to me, you know, sometimes like he's a straight crotch rocket, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or he does
Exactly.
anything.
So if he, yes, you give me
Okay.
goosebumps. Exactly. So do you understand what I mean? So
Yeah.
in those situations, I can see the fallout. Do you need to check your phone or anything like
Oh,
that?
my alarm's going off.
Yes,
oh,
I
it's
hear it.
fine. It's just letting me know he should be cool. Which he should
Damn,
be
he
good.
does
Even
follow
if
you
he's
around,
not-
huh?
Oh yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
constant. And he's constant.
He loves the hell out of you. What about if Andy is home, following you around
No, he
still?
follows me. He stays with me.
He's just a mama's boy. So everything's okay?
Yeah,
So
everything's
you
fine. That's
under-
just my alarm's going off, letting me know, but he should be here.
So again, to reiterate, you understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, for sure, for
you're
sure.
acknowledging him at times that, again, this doesn't apply to everybody at home, every other Corso. It may not even apply to your new Corso puppy that's coming. It applies to Craig. If he walks up to you, we need to get into the habit of not acknowledging him unless he sits. And ideally, he turns and sits facing away from you.
Almost
listen,
always.
that's perfect.
It's like a.
It's awesome.
guard
It's a little
thing,
bit
like he's
protective,
yeah.
but on top of that, it helps with the Corso butter. You know, you're drooling, you're reaching out to pat him under the chin.
He gets me all the time.
It's a
Like
lot,
my
dude.
leggings are constantly. Which I told my husband, I was like, I just wear my apron all day.
Oh, because
it does. Yeah, he just.
Yeah.
Even if it's coming at me hard, I just take the bottom of my apron
Right.
and.
He is cute though. That's the thing. The little fucker's cute. Yeah, the way he does.
I mean, it's hard not
Yeah,
to
it
be
is hard.
loving on him.
It is. And then even like
And I
the
don't
way,
have any babies anymore,
No.
so I think that's the.
and then he even folds his hands together.
He knows what
right?
he's doing.
He even folds his hands
He
together.
knows
Like, come
what
on.
he's doing. He's like, Mom.
Yeah. Oh, so look, perfect. Okay, so look.
I knew what he was doing. He was trying to get my attention. That's what I was telling Andy. Is I don't know if maybe it's our tone, because I'll be talking to him like I'm
But
talking to you.
you didn't do anything
And
wrong there.
then but something, he just goes from he's fine, and then all of a
What?
sudden he's just
What
not
is it,
having
dude?
it.
Good pooch. What you gonna do? Good pooch. Oh, I know. He's frustrated with me. Good
Yeah, no,
pooch.
and I can tell by the way
Good
he
pooch.
was looking at me. He
Yeah.
was frustrated that I wasn't
pooch.
paying attention.
Good pooch. He's frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
Good pooch. Smart. Good. So I'm taking this opportunity to do good work over there with him because we do want him to learn to bark on command.
Right.
So if he does that with you, this is perfectly all right because he's not getting slower on me, he's not jumping up on me, he's not hitting me in the crotch.
Yeah.
Do you see? Good sit, love.
See, he's like this
Yeah, pooch sit.
when he's alone with me, but right now he's being a lot more
Good down.
playful than he would be if I was anywhere else. And
Oh.
it's not anybody even walking up on me. It could just be
Good.
somebody this far away from me
Right.
when we're somewhere. And he, I know. That's what he does. Because he knows.
Okay,
He
so you see
knows.
how I handled that? So he's being playful with me. 'Cause
Yeah.
Look, he's got his butt up in the air, he's got his paws down, and he's fussing at me because I won't let him have his way with me. You can answer it if you need to.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So this dynamic here is he's playing and he's frustrated because, hey man, I want to have my way with mom. Yes? Handsome.
Yeah.
Good down. So, and you see how I'm handling it. A lot of trainers will tell you you can't punish a dog after the fact, but I'm going to tell you you can, specifically with Craig Corso. So you see how when he jumped up on you there, I grabbed the Louis Vuitton and I went at him and I jabbed at him a couple of times. And then, sometimes people will say to me, hey man, it seems like, why do you kick at Craig Corso or whatever. So that's not to, I never do that to Obi. But you know why I do that to him? Because I'm looking for him to react on me. To be like, well, fuck you, dude, you know, and like fuck me up. He just really hasn't with me. That one time when he peed in the kennel, he did react, but he was cornered and then he stopped really fast. So the same level of physicality that I'm giving to him, you also need to give him that physicality, because Craig Corso doesn't respect you if you're not strong.
Right.
You know, he's...
Because I debo him, but I've never, like, grabbed his chain and, like, hit him with it. Like, I'll throw it by him.
Right.
Like,
and the problem with throwing it here is you don't want to mess up the fine artwork.
Oh, I know the art.
You don't want to mess it up, all right? So I would take that into consideration, or buy a couple of like heavy duty socks and put the chains inside the heavy duty socks to dampen it. Yes, but I tell you the truth, I would brass knuckle his ass.
Okay.
I'm gonna be complete. I would overwhelm him, right? Because
I feel like it's necessary. Like he's.
Well,
I mean,
with him
he's
it is
heavy and he's large, and when he decides. I have the zoomies and I'm gonna jump up in the air and I'm coming at you, and you know what I mean?
And
like that's
of course. Like, and if he was nothing but sugar, then some of the advice I would be giving you would be different. But he's not all sugar.
No, he's not at all.
Before he gets hot, all right? So like that's the thing.
I would be willing to say he's like 2/3. I mean, in my opinion.
You know, like one of my friends that came over, Craig really particularly hated him. Really? And I made Craig like stay back, but like all the hairs on the back of his head were up, and he was just so pissed off that he was there.
He's particular about certain people, and I don't know. Yeah, no, that's at the job. He's cool with our 30 guys on our entire crew, but there's another one guy who just came onto the job. He works for somebody else, but he's met Craig several times. Yeah. Has dogs. He's real calm. Has a good demeanor. He wants no part of that. So he's like ready to rip that guy's face off. Yeah, it's crazy. Weird.
And I tell you something, it's impressive though, because the way he bows up, man, he's got good muscles.
Not scared.
Yeah, and his hackles are raised, and he looks fucking awesome.
No, I know.
And he looks like a full-grown dog.
I know. That's what I told you. I was like, listen. I was like, I'm obviously. I don't condone violence. I'm not wishing harm or whatever, but like
he's the real deal.
Sometimes when he's like about that life, and you can like when the mailman's driving by, I'm like, I kind of part of me wishes like somebody would just kind of walk in. I'm just curious. I just want to see what would happen, because like
we're gonna do that in time. So we're gonna.
You can tell just instinctually he's. Like he'll do the perimeter, like when somebody's outside, he'll do this whole circle. And just
so we're gonna do that with him in time. So to frame it for you, if his temperament was different, if he was softer, we would already be doing some of those things with him. But right now, with him, it's kind of cooling him down.
Yeah,
because he does get
and it's 70,
and it's unpredictable.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's really hard to predict. Sometimes he's fine with everybody. He's fine with everything. And the thing is that. And I will tell you, a lot of it is through the training and through what you guys have been doing. So a lot of times that fear, that aggression is based and starts from a place of fear, believe it or not. Okay, so it's fear reactivity that becomes aggressive. But with him, he's learned to be very confident. He's very sure of himself too. At the same time, so you mingle those two things together, and you end up with a dog that's potentially going to come unhinged at the wrong time.
I've been gassing him up too much. Oh no.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. So again, it's just following those behaviors. And then speaking of that, so Jace has a friend that comes over, and Craig absolutely hates
him.
Okay. So tell me again, and you already told me before when I came to pick him up, but typically what happens? Friend is gonna come over and go hang out.
Yeah, he comes over and they either hang out in the living room to play the video game, or they go to Jace's room, but. I mean, as soon as we've gotten him to stop doing the doorbell because it like really riles him up. But he'll knock on the door, and once he realizes who it is that's in here, he's like.
So if they're playing
trying to get them.
If they're playing video games in the living room, then how is that possible with Craig Corso? Where's Craig Corso?
I keep him either in the room with me, like I'll go in there and watch TV or whatever, and then I'll just take him with me. And because if you take him back there and close the door, he'll just lay down and go to sleep. Like he doesn't care. He'll just lay down.
But you have to be in there.
Or we have him in the kitchen, and Andy will sit in there with me because I have a TV in there, and we'll just kind of like bullshit and watch TV.
And he's off the leash?
But he stays. Andy will kind of sit in a position of the opening
blocking
on that
him
side where if he did try to get by, he can't get out. But usually if we're both in there, and I'm by the stove or by the sink, He's literally right there. Like, I always tell him, I'm like, Greg, you are in the way, bro. Because he lays, and I'm like trying to get to the refrigerator, and then trying to get in it. But he just stays, he's constantly on me.
Perfect. Real quickly. So, and I like the way, right now when you were walking back to your position, he raised his hand up to you. He raised his head up to your hand, and you didn't do anything.
No.
That was perfect, okay?
Thank you.
So again, it's just remembering those types of things. And too much of this, he has to feel stress. He does a lot. He does that a lot more. I know. Hell, dude, it's your fault. It's your fault. Yeah, it's your fault. I know you were doing all this stuff. For sure. Okay, so then if the friend is here and they're downstairs in the living room, the dog is off the leash in the kitchen area.
With us.
Okay, and doesn't go to pester
him. Or he's
him.
in the room with one of us.
Okay. And you mentioned if they go upstairs.
They just close the door. But they literally have to, like, run up the stairs. Like, usually if we hear the door, we know who it is because it's the same time every day. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we'll call for Jace, and then one of us will either come get him or start around the corner by the time he comes in. We meet him as he's getting to him. One of us will hold him, and we either walk him this way back into the kitchen, or they literally run up the stairs. We wait for the door and then can let him go. And
then what happens?
He usually will run up the
up
stairs.
The stairs?
If they go up the stairs, he runs up the stairs, and you can hear him up there, like, kind of trying to get in. He'll kick the door a couple times.
Damn, like Cujo.
Yeah, and then he'll come back and he'll just stand there at the top and, like, wait, like, hey, is somebody gonna come let me in?
Oh, damn.
And then if we just ignore him, then he comes back down.
Okay. But what time does the friend typically come over?
Anywhere between like 5:30 and 6.
Okay.
Sometimes 7, but I think that's due to his mom's work schedule.
Okay.
Depending on which day she picks him up at times.
Okay.
But he's here almost every day. So.
Okay. So maybe we'll do a couple of sessions with him at another date.
Okay.
And just schedule it in
just
advance and let him know.
Over and just see.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll do that so we can feel that behavior. Now, right now, when I don't see Jace coming up, but when Jace finally does arrive,
I know. I'm like,
do you think that him running out the door past him is going to be an issue?
No.
Is that ever an issue? No.
I don't think
he's going to be more engrossed
in. Yeah, I think
Jace?
whenever he comes in, he's gonna immediately probably go for his feet. That's just in theory, like. But also you're here and he's handling stuff different.
Yeah, he is.
So I don't know what he's gonna do.
Okay.
But typically when Jace hits the door, well, usually he comes hauling ass around this corner, but because we're in the kitchen, but he's gonna be right here. I'm sure he'll hear him. Oh, I think you're here. I see somebody walking.
I do too.
Yeah, that might be him. I'm not sure which jacket he had on.
Man, the bus drops them off over there, huh?
Yeah, I think it's either the stop sign that's in the very front or like outside of the gate in the very front of the neighborhood. That's where they pick him up in the morning. It's like on the street. Yeah. Her bus stop is over here at this stop sign. If you go out this way, it's right there. And then they drop her off over here, which doesn't make sense to me at all.
Hell, I feel bad for
I
him.
know, and
I don't think that's him.
That's not. But he shouldn't be getting here because the buses drop off. Let me check his location. Let's see.
Well, I'm not in a hurry. I want to be prepared before he comes in.
Oh, for sure. Or I'll hear the bus when it goes, because they drop him off and then drive by, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But you would think they would just drop him off at the house.
Yeah, I think when I went to school, the bus literally stopped at everybody's house.
That's what I remember too.
I was like one of the last kids to get dropped off.
Where everybody lived.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I lived in apartments and we were the last drop off on the route, but I would stop at every. I felt like we had to stop at every kid.
Through all the big neighborhoods and all that stuff. Then you get to your apartment, you're like, dang. That's how I always felt. I was like, man.
I will tell you that I used to. Part of what I used to like though was I used to go like going by and I would see.
That's the kid. That's him and the kid.
That's the kid.
That's the kid.
Okay. Seems like a good kid. I don't see why you load him so much.
He's super sweet. He's the nicest kid. Because I can have both of them come in if that's.
Yeah, if the kid is willing to come out right afterwards, then yes. At first, I want to see how. I'm sorry. What did you?
His parents aren't home yet.
Okay.
So
well, maybe if he will after we we address Jace. Yes?
Yeah, no, I can have Jace call him. Come on, fella. What are y'all doing? I was always so anxious to get home when I got off the bus.
I'm anxious to get out of here, but not necessarily home. You know what I used to like about the bus route though, and stopping at everybody's house, was seeing all the dogs in the neighborhoods behind the fences.
I always thought that was cool
and sometimes,
too.
like, I remember one family had two, what I thought were like the biggest Rottweilers ever. A family had a Chow. One family had a Great Dane. I just absolutely
Some of my
love
friends
seeing
had
all
like
them.
small dogs. I remember seeing them in the windows.
Oh,
Like
okay.
in the, in the very front, like the little bitty dogs.
Okay, so
I
should
was
we?
gonna act
should
like
we?
I'm not even standing here because
So you don't think he's gonna run out?
No, he won't run out.
Okay.
And if he does, he'll come right back in. He
Okay.
doesn't. He won't.
Surprise. Okay, so see, he reached out to him there to prevent him from going out. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No, very responsible, Jace. Perfect.
Just do your normal thing.
Yeah, do what you normally do. Is he behaving like he normally does?
Yeah, for the most part, but usually he's a little bit skeeter. He goes for the feet. See, that's more of what he does immediately. You gotta act just completely normal.
Yes, sir.
So he's trying to see what the day-to-day is like so that we can correct. She's not watching that. She's upstairs.
So see, I just brass knuckled him near his flank. So his flank is kind of where your knee was at right there.
Like here.
So
there.
no. Look, no, I'll show you. No, stop.
Okay. See, I would.
That was his flank.
Okay.
So you know where he has that tuck? Right there, right where your knee is at.
Right here.
Exactly. On either end, that's his flank.
Okay.
It's really tender there. So I'm going there with this chain in my hand, and I'm just popping. You're gonna bark at me, and I'm okay with that, dude.
Yeah, no, because see, that's more like usually, but then I would grab his
Which is smart,
chain
yes.
and pull him down, but it's just a constant.
So, and that is actually a good technique, but it's just not working.
It's
with
not
him.
working, no,
So if it's
a
not
million
working, then we
%.
have to stop. So this is why we're
we
doing.
weren't like allowing that. Like it wasn't, you know what I
Right.
mean? He just, you do it, he gets down, and then he'll go get on his bed and like try to fake you out. Like, okay, I'm gonna calm down, and I get it. And then as soon as I go back in the kitchen, all I can hear is, "Oh my God,
Oh,
Mom!"
no.
And I'm like,
And that dog.
I know what it
That
is.
dog is damn big, man.
He's
Damn, he's so
humongous.
big.
And
You know,
like,
like
if I'm unloading the dishwasher, he comes over and he'll stand on the door. Or if I try to vacuum, you should see what happens when I hit the button on that vacuum.
So all of those things we're gonna come and address here at home
That's
in
just
different
the
sessions.
craziest
Yes.
thing you've ever seen.
I just don't want to overload you and with instruction, because then it just all starts to like run together.
Yeah, no, a million
But
percent.
we're gonna. I want to address all those things because listen, like, remember every time I would drop him off, I would say we'll touch base, and if you guys are having difficulties, I'll come in and do a house lesson. And then a lot of your feedback was like, he's doing really great, this and that. But you guys were referring to he's doing really great with his obedience training and his leash training. I'm very much interested in the dog behaving well.
Same.
So
No,
even
that's
right
where
now-
I'm at right now. 'Cause
Yes, for sure.
I mean, he's just
even
not
so right now he's a lot calmer than normal. Yes.
a lot
Okay.
calmer than normal.
If you're open to it, if Jason's open to it, and the kid next door is open to it, then maybe we can address that.
Okay. Jace, can you call Andrew and see if he can come over, like normal? Okay. Because we're like, you know, I
So
tried
dad
to-
and friend are both named Andrew.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Yep.
And what do you normally do in this situation? Have him ring the doorbell, yes, because you said the doorbell particularly pisses him
Yeah,
off.
usually when he hears the doorbell, he'll lose his shit.
Dude, I do that at my home all the time. He never loses
Yeah,
his
no,
shit at
he
my
hears
home.
it and he, like, because I've changed it on Amazon when they drop stuff off, like, don't alert me, just send me the picture on my
Bless
phone.
your
I'm like,
heart.
don't hit the fucking
Bless
button,
your
please.
heart, man. Oh my God. Bless your heart. Alright.
Because, I mean, he's just trying to be protective, but he
Yeah,
just
he
goes
is.
into this mode and then he kind of stays there for about 10 minutes where
I'm gonna
he's
have to
just...
switch batteries. Good. Okay.
And I'm
So he's unavailable
I'm
at
gonna
the
work on
moment.
the acknowledgement and the...
So nothing that
that.
you're doing right now is inappropriate. And not that you were doing anything wrong. You're doing all things that with another dog would work out okay. But if you feel compelled to want to show your big boy some love, So that would be the opportunity.
See, I think that's what it is. We just spend all day together, and then you can tell he's just like, pay attention.
Yeah,
you know?
concentrado.
Yeah.
So you see how like when he sat down there and he was facing me, that would be a good time to maybe give him some love, give him some love in this situations.
Good down.
This is why he's really, really big.
I don't know. Are you coming up? Okay, he's coming up.
Okay. Change of plans, yeah?
Cool.
Perfect.
Alright. Huh?
And what do you normally do, Mom, in this situation? Because you kind of know he's coming over.
Oh, he's at the door right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Have him ring the doorbell.
Yeah. Tell him to ring. Yeah, ring. Just walk. Just be cool. Give it a second. I'm gonna get to the door. I'm just gonna stand out of the way. Chase, go ahead.
Before you open the door, how is this in relation?
Normally, I would come over and I have to
but
hold
how is
him.
he behaving compared to the?
He's okay for now. This is normal, just for the door, except for normally he's barking and stuff. But I think he knows who it is, and it's not like a FedEx person. He seems like he is because his tail. But once we open the door and he sees him, I don't know if
so what do you normally do in this situation?
I get a hold of his collar and then I would pull him over here and then they would either go this way or that way. Come here.
That's okay. That's okay.
Come here.
Good.
Good. Sit down. Sit down. Sit. Good.
Perfect.
Sit.
Okay.
And
so we're
then
gonna change some of that.
him open the door.
Okay.
Jace, come open the door.
Open the door, please. Hey there. Come on in.
Come on in,
Thank you
babe.
for coming to help.
He's just trying to see what he does.
The dog seems like he's happy to see you though.
So that whenever you come over, you don't have to like run up the stairs anymore. So he's being calm right now.
Yeah.
Normally he can't just like stand there like that. Like the dog's like.
Dude, he's like
all in
I
his
feel like
face.
his rear end is wiggling. Wait, let him go, please. Are you okay with him being let go?
We won't let him do anything to you. We won't let him do anything to you.
No, he's happy to see you. Dude, I got goosebumps. This dog's like a trip.
He doesn't normally do this, Lizzie. Like, he's not usually this.
He's showing you like affection.
Cool at all.
Dude, I got goosebumps. He's showing you affection like he does Mom. Look, those are the things that. So he's doing what I told you not to do, but that's okay though.
No, I know. See, like I'm okay with this. Like I can handle when he comes over him being like this.
Yes, of course. This is normal. No.
See,
What's going on? We're gonna have to set up.
Usually he's like trying to like
He's
jump
like
up on
happy,
him and
bite my fingers off.
yeah, he's trying to like just Craig.
So he wasn't being aggressive, okay? He's just being overwhelming.
He's being calm right now.
No, right. But that was an instance of him being overwhelming. So that's why you saw what I did, yes?
Yeah.
Now, it wouldn't be appropriate for you to do what I just did unless, like, in the future he's really comfortable with you, because then he's going to react. But you, Dad, Jace, it's completely okay to do what I just did.
Okay.
I swear to God, it seems like he's happy to see. I almost feel like I'm.
But whenever you do come over, if he greets you how he did just now, like he's just wanting to like have you rub on him or whatever, that's okay.
Yes, of course.
That's like encouraging him to like be affectionate.
If he's just being over, like the reason I reacted was because he wasn't being mean to you. He was just being like just
too
extra,
much. Like when your little brother or sister like are just
too
being
much.
extra.
Okay, too much.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
So that's the situation. Let me.
Yeah, no, we just want to make sure.
And if I were you, I've been doing this with it myself. If I were you, I would start getting in the habit of ringing the doorbell randomly.
Okay.
To desensitize him from it.
Let him see me do it too? Like, or
Ideally,
does that matter?
It doesn't really matter, but well, it does matter. It's better if he doesn't see you do it.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter if he sees you do it. It does matter. Preferably he doesn't see you do it. But even like I just did, he saw me do it. It's okay. It's just getting him desensitized.
Okay.
Because if every time he hears that doorbell, there's a stranger at the door, well, that's kind of like being at the casinitos and the jackpot hitting.
Yeah.
For him.
You hear it and you're like, oh.
Yeah, because make no mistake, he wants to be a guardian.
Yeah.
He wants to protect.
Well, no, and that's
right?
the
He
thing
wants he wants to show off.
Sometimes when he shows up, you don't know if he's excited to see him or if he's like, what the fuck are you doing here, Holmes? Like,
that was all
you know
like,
what I mean?
That was all like nice.
Like, no, this was completely fine.
Are you comfortable? Do you have time to walk past him into the living room?
Like, you're just
going
to hang out with Jace. Just go, like, completely normal.
Yeah, I didn't see any signs of aggression. Their tail was wagging.
I'm just going to be so.
And see, and that's what he does to Jace. So that's not being aggressive. So that right there is what he does, like biting at your feet just to get you to stop, so that you'll pet him. Man, he's rubbing up against you like a cat. So handsome, mi amor.
Being nice.
Perfect mom. And again, seeing that situation, he's pissed off at me though. And bless his heart.
He's doing certain shit right now,
Yeah.
like, because he knows
I'm excited.
you're here. I'm like, bro.
I'm low key excited to break his little heart right now when I load his ass up. He's gonna be like, what's happening, dude?
I'm in shock right now because I'm like, he's really just been playing us.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so he's just playing the role that he thinks you guys want him to play. So you see how the likelihood of him sitting and laying down there would have been slimmer if you would have started engaging with him when he first walked up to you, which you were doing a lot of.
Yeah.
And then another thing, so you know when you grabbed him by the collar over there when he was ringing the doorbell? So there was a lot of sit down, sit. I wouldn't have said any of that. I would have just applied pressure on the collar and pushed his butt down, or just applied the pressure, but I would not, because to him, it sounds like you're pumping him up, kind of like he's in the corner of a boxing ring, and you're like telling him, hit him with the left, hit him with the left. Okay. Do you know what I mean? So that's kind of how he's perceiving it. Because remember, he is guardian. He is very guard driven, and he's defensive driven. He's inclined to be a guard dog. Yeah, and he wants to, he wants to, in a weird way. I also think he wants to make you proud. Yeah.
No,
so a lot
I think
of times
so
he's
too,
like
because he does
sitting
stuff
in front
and
of
he's
me,
like, look at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Or like his toys when he finally rips it open and gets that little squeak out.
You're his
He'll
person.
bring it to you and drop it at your feet and just like, check this out what I did. And I'm like, you destroyed this thing.
Well, look, if he won't eat those, then like I have dogs, like my dogs won't eat those. They'll tear them out of the toy, but they won't eat the stuffing nor the toy.
He won't eat it either.
So what I do is I'll go to Goodwill and I'll buy a bunch of them super cheap.
Yeah.
Because they're a good toy to play with. As long as he doesn't consume the stuffing nor the squeaky, it's okay to get him. I would get him just the cheapest ones. So in other words, I give them to my dogs knowing they're going to tear them up.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I bought him that elephant when he was this big, and like, because it was, all of his other toys were too heavy for him to carry around. So I bought him a stuffed animal so he would have just something, and he literally just now finished ripping its head off.
So he
and all the guts were out of it. It finally came apart.
He would even run upstairs when you were let in and go upstairs and go upstairs to try to hunt you down.
Like when you guys go upstairs and he chases you up the stairs.
He didn't do any of that.
Well, they didn't try to go upstairs.
Okay, maybe we can try that briefly. Yes.
Jace, you guys try to go up to your room like normal. Here, let me move out of the other way, because I feel like if I'm standing there, he's less likely to.
Watch how I'm gonna. So for the meantime though, Mom, whenever you see that the boys are gonna go upstairs, you cut them off. Okay. Good. So if in the meantime, it won't be forever, but for now, for maybe at least 2 or 3 weeks, whenever the boys are going to go upstairs, ask them to let you know, hey Mom, we're about to go upstairs. Good.
Because see, that's usually what happens, but either I can't get to him fast enough, or because he waits until he knows I'm not looking or Andy's not looking, or we've moved to a different room.
Because he's smart.
He knows what he's doing.
Remember what I just said. Ask the boys to notify you.
Okay.
And then you pay attention to in case they fail to notify you.
Did you guys hear that? What? Whenever y'all go up the stairs from that line first.
Or just, you don't have to ask. Just tell her.
So that I can
just say, hey, we're about to go upstairs.
From chasing you.
So that you can come up beforehand, right? And make these things happen. Good. Man, he is beautiful though.
Isn't he?
Yeah. Even like that beauty mark has grown on me, yeah? Where the wasp got him.
Oh, I know.
He's hard-headed because
he doesn't look as
No, he still chases wasps though.
irritated.
He hadn't learned his lesson. So I believe you that he got hit by a wasp, but you don't act like he got caught by a wasp.
I think for sure. Because I mean, there's like an abundance of them right now.
He'll chase a wasp.
I mean, I watched him try to bite one. I've seen him try to stomp him out in here.
Good down, my love. Handsome.
Look, he did this. I just found this little lizard he took out of the game over there. I found him today next to the plate.
Oh man.
Floor, you see him?
Okay, so really quickly, yes. So believe it or not, that behavior of him running up here and trying to hassle them and haggle them as they go upstairs, that's dominance. So he's dominating. So that's an expression of dominance.
Okay.
Yes?
He does that to me too.
Okay. So see, all of those things there have to change. And if you're going to go upstairs briefly and you don't want him to follow you up there, he's going to do that to you. The moment before you go up there, crate him for a little bit. And that leads me to the next thing. How much time when you're home, when both of you, or when, let's say it's a day off or you're just home, how much time does he spend in his crate during those days?
Typically, day to day, this is typically what it is we get him up first before any of the kids. Like I said, we open up the back door, we get him outside to do his business. When we start waking up kids, and we just started doing this probably the last week that he was here because it was just such a hassle in the morning. We kennel him up for about an hour and a half, maybe 2, until both kids are up, dressed, because they leave at 2 separate times.
Okay.
Because it's just me trying to go up and wake them up. He was chasing me, then he was coming in the room and jumping on the bed.
I would keep doing that.
It was just a lot at 6 in the morning.
Right.
So we kennel him in the mornings. Once they leave, at 8 o'clock, once Jace leaves, I let him back out. He stays out for, I don't know, probably until about 3 o'clock, unless he chooses to go in there, like to sleep or whatever, but usually he's on his bed. He just gets on his bed. And then he goes in, we put him in about 7:30 or 8 at night, and he stays in there until 6 in the morning when we get up, or sometimes 5 if we get up at 5.
Sounds like you're crating him enough then.
Yeah.
But the
unless
bottom
he's
line
in trouble. If he's just like losing his shit and he's just he's not listening and won't stop, then we're just like, no, like get in here.
Perfect. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm not messing
That's
with
exactly what you want to do. Okay, nothing wrong with that. All right. So that's a lot that we went over. Yes.
Yeah.
We just have to do repetition ad nauseum.
Just consistency.
Well, but next week I'd like to do the same thing.
Well, I feel better though because I have a better idea of things that I was doing that I didn't realize that I was doing.
Right.
Because honest to God, most of the time when he comes up and I'm giving him attention with his hand, I'm usually cooking or I'm talking to a kid, and it literally is just like a habit. Like if you're dealing with one person here and you got another one going, mom, 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 you tend to just kind of like without realizing, oh, Andy's home.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, he's getting ready to walk in. So we'll see. I wonder if he's gonna pee.
Oh my God.
I'm curious if
you want to go outside in the yard or no, in the backyard or no?
Oh no, it doesn't matter to me. No, there's paint and stuff on it. I'm not worried about that at all.
All right.
This is the cleanest the house has been since you were here.
Well, he's done really good. We just need to do this over and over.
Yeah.
So I'd like to do this a few more times next week, and he can, he'll come back. We'll just come visit. He'll come back with me.
Yeah, I feel better having a better idea of just stopping him here and knowing that the chain's not working. Yeah. So now we try this.
Well, I feel bad for your little one, your daughter. Her saying, "Oh my God, is he gonna attack me?"
Yeah, well, but I think a lot of it for her is when he jumps, he's taller than she is, and when he bumps into her, he knocks her all the way down.
Perfect. Hey, good evening. Awesome. Well, walk in, please, and I would ignore him. Good. He didn't pee. He hasn't peed with me.
That's what I was wondering too.
How's it going?
Very good, sir.
Oh, there he goes. Watch his shoes big.
Let's take him out in the backyard. You might have to take him.
Come on, Craig.
Good.
Outside?
All right, awesome. Good.
Outside?